Now for the other WrestleMania main event, well, headline match, and this is for the women, is Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. So last time we were here, we talked about the story between these two, about their Twitter exchange, and we talked about Chelsea Green's involvement on Twitter as well. And now Chelsea had an interview, and they were doing some word association. And this is what Chelsea had to say when Jade's name came up.
Just the greatest ever, male or female.
Liv Morgan.
I would say on trend always.
Jade Cargill.
Bitch.
Tiffany Stratton.
Bitch. Tiffany Stratton. Man.
All right. So take that how you want it. And Chelsea was also on the Bella's podcast. And Jade made a comment on that, saying, tell the group chat I said hi. So like I said, take that how you want it. So we had the interaction between the two between the two being Rhea and Jade on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. And that interaction, we can say, in my opinion, was a little bizarre. I say that because it was about them pretty much talking about bodies. It was very old school. Like, just pretty much sum it up. Jade's like, my body. Well, Jade's like, my body. Like Rhea saying, my body's for war, your body's for show. And this is basically about being that bitch. So there's more. There's got to be more to this, because we were looking forward to this interaction all week when we saw that Twitter exchange, but they held a lot back here, and there has to be something more that comes out of this. This is not much that we could really sink our teeth into at this moment in time. I'm looking forward to the match. I really am. And this Jade's title reign necessarily is not really her fault, in my opinion. In nobody's opinion, actually, she's not been booked the best. Me and Eric have talked about that. WWE, they pretty much were, in our opinion, banking on Bianca being back in time, but Bianca was not going to be back in time for WrestleMania. So Jade Cargill's title reign kind of got messed up because of that. Now, Jade Cargill was also on the Grapes podcast on Complex, and she had this to say about her championship reign so far. Fair use.
Anything that you wish, well, you can still do, but is there anything that you want to do more of, or are you satisfied with how it's going?
I mean, I want to wrestle. When you become champion, you want to defend your title as much as possible. And we have a stellar locker room, but they're all tied in the tag division, making that strong. And I get it. But I want to wrestle. Like, I do want to have matches with the likes of Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, like all these top girls. I feel like if I had a rematch with Tiffany, that would have solidified one of the things that would have solidified my win. I think that the person that injured me to have me out was Nia Jax. I would think that would be something that we could run back, even though we're both heels. However, I feel like I'm in that in-between point where I'm kind of a tweener. And at the end of the day, I don't care about anybody. Like, why wouldn't I come back and say, well, I don't care if you this or this. Like, I wrestled Chelsea, and Chelsea's a heel. Mm-hmm. So I just would have wished to wrestle more. Like, that's all I want to do is wrestle. That's all I want to do. Like, I think getting dressed up is pretty and nice, and having these promos, and I love that too, because it puts me to the test. But I like wrestling, and that's what I'm here for.
All right. So that was Jade Cargill on her championship reign so far. And we beat a dead horse on it. We beat a dead horse about it. her title reign has not been the best. It took a couple months for her to even have her first title defense against Jordan Grace. And other than that, she's been interacting with Michin and BFAB, and that's nothing. But there's a lot left on this whole thing with Rhea, and I'm looking forward to the match. And I'm split on what can actually happen here because as of right now, I think Jade has to win because she needs to be solidified, and a win over Rhea Ripley will solidify her. And then with Bianca having surgery, we can kind of move forward. It's like, all right, we may have some kind of timetable on when Bianca can actually return. And even by then, at that time, who knows what's going to be up with Naomi. Maybe she can be back in time for possible triple threat match because you still have to pay off that whole storyline with those three. Now,